Hello. Is it really that time again? Yes, it's time for the 2017 Golden Weasel Painting Awards for the Andy and Rem Show. It's a yearly tradition, although technically it only started last year. So this year it becomes a tradition. The Golden Weasel Awards seek to celebrate those paint jobs and those miniatures that maybe are underrepresented in other painting awards out there. It's not purely about painting skill. There are some quite humorous kind of novelty categories. So if you've got a really bizarre miniature that perhaps you've never been able to enter into a competition before, perhaps this year's Golden Weasel Awards will be the place that you can finally get some recognition. So as an example, last year, I'll go through what all the categories were then. They're going to be different this time though. So last year we had greatest beard, best farm animal, best butt cheeks. I think we actually referred to it as most succulent butt cheeks. Best eyeballs, most glorious hair, most excessive base, best pet, and the snazziest pants. So we had a variety of people winning those awards, but the standout winner who won the Golden Weasel Grand Prize, there was a prize for every category, but the Grand Prize went to the person who won the most awards, or in case of a tie, well, that didn't come up, so we didn't have to really think about that, but we will have a plan in place in case there is a tie. The winner last year was Mickey Genver, posing there with the trophy and Mini Genver as well. So you can see it's quite a magnificently sized trophy. The shipping on that was quite obscene, as you can imagine, looking at the mammoth proportions of it. And I'm not sure if we're going to be using exactly the same trophy this time. Obviously not the same one, but whether the trophy will be crafted from the same base ingredients that last year's was. It remains to be seen. If I can find something suitable that's slightly different, then perhaps that'll be used instead. There's quite a lot of people in the live chat here. This isn't going to be a very long video, by the way, because I'm currently melting during the 1 week of scorching heat that we're allowed here in the UK per year, and having to close all the windows and turn off the fans for this live broadcast is probably not good for my health in the long term. I can already feel myself melting away. So I'm going to announce right now what one of the categories is going to be for this year's awards. And if you want to see all the rest as they come in over the next couple of weeks, then you'll want to be joined up in the Andy and Rem Show Facebook group. And all of these miniatures that will be entered in these categories will be either Age of Sigmar or somehow fantasy related, because of course it is the Andy and Rem Show Golden Weasel Awards rather than just general wargaming painting awards. So I'm sure everyone's very excited to find out what the first category is going to be, and that's going to be posted on the Facebook group tonight. And the first category will be Best Skull. That's right. Everyone out there has miniatures with skulls all over them, all over the models, dangling from the models, on banners, on the bases. Everything is full of skulls. But what is the greatest skull paint job that anyone in the community has done? That is the question, and we're going to find out the answer. The judging for these awards will be done by a select panel of judges, which I'm going to hand pick from the community, some of the finest painters out there. I'll try to get a panel of about 5 of the best painters that I know of from the community, and then they will cast their votes, and then we'll pick winners based on that. And we'll give runner-up. Runners-up won't get prizes, obviously, because we're not that rich, but they will get some recognition, and we're going to go through all the entries on a live special, whether that's an actual episode of the Andy and Rem Show or whether or whether it's a separate episode entirely remains to be seen. But I've currently got 8 categories written out. We may end up adding more if it really goes nuts. And as far as prizes go, there are going to be a prize for every category at least, and then there's also going to be the Grand Golden Weasel Trophy, which is the most sought after prize of all. The only prize that's confirmed so far is a gift or discount code / voucher for Bad Squiddo Games. That's the first prize that's been confirmed. I'm currently looking to get into negotiations over adding other prizes, and then I'm sure that the old Remster and I will be throwing in a few miniatures as prizes as well that we've perhaps got lying around in our homes. As you know, people do have vast miniature collections, and we're no different. I'm certainly not. I think I've probably got more than the old Remster has. So it remains to be seen what he's going to be giving away, because as you know, Mr. Remington isn't well known for his generosity. not in the slightest. But of course, I am just a beacon of charitable giving, and really just the one lone voice of hope in the fog and the night of misery and despair that is planet Earth. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit there, but I'm sure you can agree it's very, very exciting times. Golden Weasel Awards are back. Prizes aplenty will be dished out, and you'll get recognition for maybe those miniatures that you've never had a chance to enter in a competition before because maybe they're a bit crazy, or maybe there's just one specific part of them that you're able to enter in this competition, but the overall miniature itself you thought perhaps wasn't suitable to enter into any kind of contest before. So very, very exciting times ahead. I think you're going to like some of the categories. One of them was actually suggested by last year's winner, Mickey Jenver, so that's been added in there. So if anyone saw what she suggested as a category, then you'll know what one of them is coming up. So maybe you could get something painted up quickly for that. And I think you're going to like the rest of them as well. Some of them slightly more comical than others, but most of them are to do with a specific part of a miniature or a specific style of painting on a miniature. So you've probably got something in your collection that you'll be able to enter. So if you're just really, really good at painting skulls, then tonight is going to be the time that you're going to want to get on there. You'll be able to continue entering the miniatures past the time that the next category has gone up. So if you only find out about the skull award, then you can still enter that next week when we're on to award number 4 or what have you, and then we'll announce all the winners on a live special in a couple of weeks, no doubt. So we'll try and get through all the categories by then. So there might be one going up each day or maybe every other day. It remains to be seen. So you'll want to keep an eye on the Facebook group, and when you enter your painted miniature, you're only allowed to post one picture of it for the purposes of the contest. So you'll have to choose wisely and pick the most flattering angle for whichever aspect of the miniature is being judged in that particular category. In the live chat here, Remington says he gave away most of his prizes last year and had to send to Australia and America, lol. Yes, I'm sure that was extremely inexpensive. Well, we'll definitely be chipping in with 1 or 2 models at least of our own, and then hopefully getting a couple of companies on board as well. Like I said, the only one that's confirmed so far is a code for the Bad Squiddo Games website, which is, of course, the home of, among other things, believable female miniatures. So definitely a very tasty website there. So before I wrap up this video, let's see if there's anything else in the comments that I should be discussing here. Anyone with any inquiries? Mickey Jenver suggests maybe a prize could be a year's use of the hot pot. Yeah, the Remington hot pot being the device that he actually has a professional painter sitting inside of it all day and night, constantly working on your miniatures with a series of tubes fed in and out of the person so that they never need to actually leave. And it's kind of like if you imagine an astronaut in his spacesuit, kind of like that, except they're permanently painting inside the Remington hot pot. It's probably not the best time of year for it, though. I imagine it would get quite hot in there in those confined conditions. So I'm not sure we should really be endorsing that kind of slavery. Okay, it's time to end this, folks. So if you're not already a member of the Facebook group, the link is in the description, and I'll also update this video's description with links to any website or company that's going to provide any kind of prize support as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And then we'll obviously run through all this stuff on the live special when we announce the winners as well. So head on over to the Facebook group and get ready to submit your entry, because the first award is going up shortly after this broadcast. Okay, time to say good night, everybody, and I'll see you on the Facebook group, because it's Golden Weasel time.